One thing that's I've been noticed going on is the BONK token. Actually, let's start with BONK. What the hell is BONK?
This was like a project launched by Nam and a bunch of like random ecosystem devs and like participants right when like kind of the whole narrative storm was happening last year, like
Hmm.
literally 1 year ago. DGods left, Solana, Magikina announced they're going multi-chain, Phantom announced they're going multi-chain, all like in 1 week.
Right.
Everything was in the dumpster, and these kids launched Bonked, and like it was a hit. Like it's a dog coin. I mean, like the only purpose is to like send somebody 669 420 bonk and laugh about it. Like what else? It has no other purpose beyond that, right? So like but like for whatever reason, I think maybe because it was launched at that like worst possible moment and like people had nothing else to do, it like just was kind of like, okay, I guess we'll do bonk, and that became a hit. I don't
Was it
honestly,
in
I
response to like people leaving the ecosystem? It was like, hey,
I
we're
don't
gonna make this
know.
for the people sticking around.
I don't know. I honestly don't know the motivation, but it also felt like the bear market was already well underway, right? Like, so people were like kind of itching, looking for an excuse, and like the events, like the FTX collapse and everything, it was just such a bottom that maybe, like, I don't know, maybe that was the motivating trigger. I don't know. Like, I
Hmm.
don't fully comprehend how these things work, how dog
Hmm.
coins work.
Okay, so but why did BONK become BONK? So they made BONK, but like, why did it become what it is?
Well, I think like everyone was experiencing very shared trauma all at the same time, and everyone was plugged in online looking for the next terrible news to drop, right? And like nobody else had anything else to do. Like you just had this like dog coin, so I guess we're doing like I don't know. It's bizarre like how these things catch virality. Like it's just what makes something viral, I think, is like I don't know. I'm an engineer. If I knew, I'd be doing something else.
Okay, so how did BONK like permeate throughout Solana? Like, why do so many Solana people have BONK?
um, they did like a big airdrop across all the NFT communities, and Solana like users are pretty NFT heavy. Um, like even I like have bought NFTs and stuff. So like they did a really good job filtering for symbols and kind of looking at like active people with like NFTs, incredible communities and stuff, and like did this whole like distribution process. And for whatever reason, it like just didn't go to zero. I don't know why, but like that gave people like this influx of like, oh, this thing is like worth something and it's kind of happening, and like it caught fire. I don't know why or how, but like it got a little virality like a year ago. And then like everything else, like everything was contracting rapidly after that. Like I
Hmm.
think we kind of survived that moment. Like Vitalik saved Solana, right, with that tweet or something like that. It was like Vitalik and Bonk at the same time happened and
Uh-huh.
kind of like breathed some life into us long enough for like devs to go start shipping more products. And like they just continued building integrations into like every DeFi marketplace, every NFT project, and like kept talking about it. And like the community just wouldn't die. And I think as Mad Lads happen and Backpack launch and like kind of the all the announcements around Breakpoint, like you just saw that the ecosystem was alive. I don't know if that's the reason why Solana got back in the news or like in the positive like cycle, but like that's the only explanation that makes sense to me is like the devs shipped a bunch of products, they attracted users, and that kind of starts the ball rolling. So yeah,
The meme was like just memey enough with the right amount of fundamental because
yeah,
it seems like BONK has like a lot more of the spirit of Solana in it than like Shiba Inu has anything about Ethereum. Like the Shiba Inu community and the Ethereum community are like those Venn diagrams don't overlap, but the BONK and Solana ecosystems, those are like pretty strongly overlapping.
I think it's because the devs are plugged into the NFT developers, and like
Mm,
a lot of the developers on Solana, like there's like two groups: the Jerry's Ellipsis people that are like the super DeFi nerds, and Mev nerds like Cheeto, and then there's the NFT people that are like Metaflex and all these other monkey business and DGods even, but like they're all like kind of building web tools and a bunch of stuff that are fun for people to use. And there's some intersection between them, but there's clearly like two different kind of devs. And like I think the BONK folks were really plugged into both, and they were able to just kind of like connect both of these. Like, I don't know.
It's the campfire between the two parties.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, okay, so, but there's a bunch of BONK on all the Solana phones. How did that happen?
That was like one of the theories that we had, is that like we basically get NFT like everyone gets this phone. It's a pain in the ass to ship apps to the big app stores. But if the phones have like NFT drops and stuff like that, then the kind of people that get the phone will self-select to be the people that care about those things. And that means then developers can ship apps to like a target rich environment, even though it's small, but a target rich one of NFT consumers and folks like that. So we like talk to every NFT project and like Klanos, and we talked to the devs from BONK, like, can you guys do like a small airdrop? It was like $10 or something at the time. So
just as a perk to have the phone.
Yeah. There was not like, there's no like master plan there to like, oh, the price of BONK is going to pass the price of the phone. And
wait, so has that happened? Because, okay, so like during the bear market.
Yeah, during the bear market, nobody cared. Nobody cared
BONK's
about the phone.
Nothing. Yeah.
BONK's worth nothing. We were selling like 20. It was weird. We were selling like 20 to 30 phones a day, kind of trickling them out. And it's like weirdly, because it's like, okay, there's traction. Most DeFi protocols are not gaining 20 to 30 users every day. But you need to sell 20,000. That's going to take years to get there.
So didn't the Solana Phone project like sunset formally, and then the BONK token price like jumped?
No, we had like the team that we didn't sunset it. The team is there. We like kind of went into cockroach mode. Like, how do we like figure out what to do with it and like get people excited about it, but like spend the least amount to like extend runway for that team. So like what happened, I think, is like right after Breakpoint, we started sales kind of doubled or tripled. So we were like selling 50 to 75, which is great, but like it was still pretty slow. And then BONK kind of took off, and then for like people realize, oh man, the BONK airdrop is now worth like half the phone. I think that's like, okay, the phone is effectively half price, right? Like, or like if you have some BONK, you could literally sell it, buy the phone, and get the phone to like equalize, right? Like, so you still had to go like spend money to get this phone. So even though like, even if it's worth like $10-20, it's going to take 10 days to deliver. Rationally, I don't think any person would be like, I'm going to get 10% more BONK in 10 days.
It's not about the ARB of BONK.
Yeah, it never went off like twice as much or 10x as much as the price of the phone to where the ARB makes sense. It was like maybe 10 to 20% more. So like enough people got it, like, or got excited about it to sell out. So in one day, we sold like 15,000 units, which is bizarro. So imagine
what was like the next highest day that you had prior to that?
Yeah, like maybe 50 or 75 or something. No, like I think we sold like at the start, we sold like a couple hundred in the first day. What was funny is that like literally I was on Laura Shin's podcast earlier. It was like, yeah, we only sold 2,500. I don't know what we're going to do next. We're trying to figure out. So like, and then there were like all these articles, Solana Phone is a flop. Like, and literally 3 days later, we sell 15,000 of them. But like now, I don't know what to do either. Like, I think this is like the big question. Like, people are kind of treating it as an NFT, like kind of like a club. And there's now devs shipping apps. Like the interest in terms of shipping apps is like 10x. The amount of airdrops that folks are getting or receiving is like kind of really picked up. So that thesis is working. But like to compete with Apple or Google in any meaningful way, you need to sell 1 million phones.
Right.
is this enough of a signal to go try to like the next stage would be like 100 to 200,000? Like, is this enough of a signal to try to do the next stage? I mean, like, honestly, prior to this, percent chance of us getting to that level was like 0.1. Now it's like 5, which is like
5% is pretty good.
Yeah, a massive improvement. So like it's probably worth it for us to continue, but we still have to like figure out what that looks like, how long it's going to take, costs, what's the form factor. Shipping hardware is awesome. Like when you get this, you like work for a year and you like optimize and you build this very complex device and you can hold it in your hands like a real product. And like you think it's awesome and you get it out and there's some reviewer is like, hey, it's mediocre.
Right. Yeah, the MHKB, the YouTuber. Yeah, it's like Solana Phone. It's bad. I remember that.
Yeah. So like, it's great because it's so much work and it's so intricate and it's like all of human civilization has built out all these technologies for you to like ship this phone. So it's really, really cool, but like, you'll always just like in one like review, it'll be like, it's crap, it sucks.
If the Solana Phone does take off as a result of this like BONK airdrop that's associated with every single phone, and it also like meaningfully disrupts like Apple or Google, it will be the greatest, most like facetious
bizarre
crypto story I could ever have written. You couldn't have written that.
Yep. Yeah, it would be bizarre. It's like we live in a simulation then. Like I think that's definitive proof.
Okay, so wait, so how does the airdrop per phone work? Because the airdrop of BONK supply eventually runs out. So like some phones won't have BONK in the future, or like what's the details?
I mean, like
that?
if we ship another phone, it'd be another device. Like you would have a different Genesis token, it'd be like a different product. There's the 20,000 sagas that get made, that's it. Like that manufacturing line has been shut down. Like we can't even ship anymore.
Okay.
So like we'd have to build another product and then figure out how that thing's going to work.
Right.
But like the goal, I think
so all the Solana Genesis phones are sold out.
Yep.
Okay. Because you said you sold like 50,000 in one day, right?
No, 15.
15,000. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the D-Gens just bought them up to the limit.
Yeah, it's all sold out.
Oh, amazing. All right, well, congrats. Congrats for selling out the Solana Phone.
Yeah, bizarre. Yeah, Solana Phone is sold out. It was not a flop.
If you enjoyed all of that, then you'll absolutely love the Bankless newsletter. Join over 300,000 fellow readers, all for free. Click below to sign up.